Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window from this afternoon. Gorgeous shot looking down the Columbia River. You can see a big chunk of East Wenatchee off to the left part of your screen, and beautiful cumulus clouds along with the blue sky that we enjoy today. We did have some windy conditions, but all in all, a nice day, and it looks like those winds after a break tomorrow will return on Wednesday. In fact, we could see gusts around 30 to 35 miles an hour in the Wenatchee area. That also includes the Waterville Plateau, the West Plains, and Columbia Basin. Also, a decent chance for rain on Wednesday. We'll talk more weather coming up a little bit later on. Now, a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. A Quincy man who blocked the George Sellar Bridge in a DUI crash last week has now been charged with armed domestic violence. A 13-time repeat offender from Moses Lake has been sentenced to more than 15 years in federal prison. An outbreak of avian influenza, first seen in backyard chicken flocks May 4th, has now been detected in Okanogan County. And a pro-choice rally Saturday in downtown Wenatchee drew hundreds of protesters. But first, our top story tonight. A Rock Island man was injured this morning in a crash on Highway 28 near Batterman Road. State troopers say 32-year-old Matthew T. Brittingham failed to yield to oncoming traffic as he turned off Batterman to enter the highway's eastbound lane. His 2012 Volkswagen Jetta was struck by an oncoming Honda Pilot being driven by a Quincy man. Neither that driver nor his passenger were injured, but Brittingham was taken by ambulance to Central Washington Hospital in Wenatchee. The Washington State Patrol said he will be cited for that collision. A Quincy man who blocked the George Sellar Bridge in a DUI crash last week has now been charged with armed domestic violence. 38-year-old Miguel A. Quintanilla is charged in Douglas County with first, second, and fourth degree assault, as well as felony harassment. East Wenatchee police say Quintanilla was arrested last Tuesday after the collision on the bridge. While they investigated the crash, his partner disclosed multiple instances of domestic violence, including an attack last month in which he allegedly used a piece of broken glass as a weapon. Quintanilla has been held since the car crash in the Chelan County Regional Justice Center. A 13-time repeat offender from Moses Lake has been sentenced to more than 15 years in federal prison. 35-year-old Jeremy Gilbert pleaded guilty last year to possessing about 100 grams of methamphetamine. He was arrested in 2020 after ramming a Grant County Sheriff deputy's car and initiating a high-speed chase through Moses Lake. Police say he was carrying methamphetamine plus a loaded firearm in his car despite previous felony convictions. After making bail from that incident, he was again arrested 4 months later after another pursuit, this time carrying 80 grams of meth. Senior U.S. District Judge Rosanna Maloof Peterson imposed the 15-year sentence. She said Peterson's repeated offenses demonstrated a need for lengthy prison time to protect the Moses Lake community. Well, an outbreak of avian influenza, first seen in backyard chicken flocks May 4th, has now been detected in Okanogan County. The State Department of Agriculture says the H5N1 avian influenza was confirmed Thursday to have infected an Okanogan County flock, as well as one in Whatcom County. They're the latest confirmed cases since the initial detection in Pacific County a week and a half ago, bringing the total known infections now to 8 flocks in 6 counties. The highly pathogenic H5N1 flu is spread by wild birds. It does not harm humans, but can cause sudden illness and death in domesticated birds. Amber Ittle, Washington State veterinarian, says when birds in a flock get infected, state health codes require the entire flock to be euthanized.
Avian influenza is a really nasty virus, and these birds die very rapidly, but it would not be fun to die this way. They're dying of respiratory distress. So really, it's kind of a humane option for them. So when we're thinking about animal welfare, personally, if I was a chicken, I might rather have a humane euthanasia than die because, it is such a virulent highly pathogenic virus that, these animals are suffering. So I think that's part of it. The other part is, we have trade implications with other countries. So if we choose not to depopulate, that puts us in a pickle because there's an expectation that we are trying to control and eradicate that disease. We need to be disease-free and show that we have that disease-free status. So we really need to.
It'll says if you manage a backyard bird flock, you can best protect them by penning them under covered shelter, giving them a clean source of drinking water, and keeping birds of different species separate from each other. Well, scores of people turned out Saturday night for a pro-choice rally in Wenatchee's Memorial Park. The event, called Bans Off Our Bodies, was one of many nationwide organized in response to a leaked draft of a Supreme Court opinion that would effectively overturn the historic Roe v. Wade decision of 1973. Rally organizers said Roe must be defended to make sure individual states cannot diminish their reproductive rights of women. Well, when we come back, excavation work must stop now in a critical area of No. 1 Canyon. We'll tell you why. About 19 refugees from Russia's continuing war on Ukraine will soon be resettled in Soap Lake. And the city of Chelan is close to completing infrastructure and paving work on 2 downtown alleys, replacing sewer, water, and stormwater utilities. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Don't miss the 2022 Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival. You'll enjoy a wide variety of jazz, breathtaking lake and vineyard views, and fabulous wine. The festival features 50 shows at 14 wineries and venues over 4 days. Imagine a musical tour around the beautiful Lake Chelan Wine Valley. Grab your friends and get your tickets to the 2022 Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival, May 19th through the 22nd.
Attention RVers and campers! There's a huge RV liquidation event going on now at Click It RV of Moses Lake. Click It RV of Moses Lake must make room for new inventory arriving daily. There's a huge selection of top quality RVs that must be liquidated to make room for new arrivals.
You're going to want to be at this event.
Get to Click It RV Moses Lake's huge liquidation event.
Get to Click It RV now, or you're going to be mad, bro. You probably already are.
Get the best deals anywhere at Click It RV of Moses Lake.
We guarantee it.
Welcome back. In another news, excavation work must stop in a critical area of No. 1 Canyon. Chelan County Commissioners issued a stop work order last week when landowner Tyler Chamber began moving earth on 60 acres above No. 1 Canyon Road without necessary permits. The area is protected by the county's Critical Areas Ordinance and has a history of mudslides and flooding potential. This morning, neighbors told Chelan County Commissioners they're afraid the development might increase the danger of erosion and fire.
We've lived out there 25 years, and over that time, we've had 2 floods, flash floods. In this time, we've had 1 or 2 hillslides on that side of the street. And the other thing, we've had 2 fires where we've been called to evacuate. We had to evacuate. And my concern is, I have a couple. One is actually more landslides. And the second is egress. When we had the fires, et cetera, there's only one way out of that canyon. And if there are a lot more, I have no idea how many houses he's intending to build. So I don't really know. But if there are a whole lot more, it's going to be more problematic just to leave.
County Prosecutor Robert Sealby is expected to advise commissioners this week on legal remedies to address the situation. About 19 refugees from Russia's continuing war on Ukraine will soon be resettled in Soap Lake. Chelan County Commissioners approved a contract today with the Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council to help find housing for families fleeing the war. About 19 individuals who so far stayed with host families in the Wenatchee Valley will receive help toward permanent housing in Soap Lake, where there's a thriving Ukrainian community, through a State Department of Commerce grant. County commissioners say the total number of refugee families arriving in the area by summer could be up to 50. The city of Chelan is close to completing infrastructure and paving work on 2 downtown alleys, replacing sewer, water, and stormwater utilities. Paving will finish this week in the 100 block area between Johnson and Wooden Avenue, where crews have finished paving over the newly installed sewer, storm, and water mains. In the 200 block, workers have installed a new water main and electrical conduit, but still have to tie the new services into existing connections. All customers in the area should have new water service later this week. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, Highway 2 at East Easy Street will soon be home to Wenatchee's latest roundabout. The traffic circles are designed to minimize the frequency and seriousness of collisions at busy intersections. The city of Wenatchee put forward 5 possible art concepts to adorn the center of that roundabout. Last week, the City Council selected sculptor C.J. Wrench for the art concept called Valley of Fruition. City Executive Dave Erickson said the final design won't look exactly like the original concept.
The talk was to kind of remove that center World Cup kind of looking piece and replace it with a potentially an apple tree sculpture. And so I asked him to quickly assemble some information for me. He's done a couple of trees in the past in other parts of the community, or not, other parts of the state, I should say, as examples. And so if you decide to move ahead with this agreement, we would refine this concept over the next 6 months or so, get it down to construction documents. We would also then have to work with the Washington State Department of Transportation to develop a public art plan for the piece, which includes everything from a maintenance agreement with WashDOT to the planting plan. And it also has a whole series of new requirements that WashDOT has to approve on this. Now, we did present this to both the Federal Highway Administration and WashDOT in mid-April, and surprisingly, they're both supportive of it and like the idea, and actually we're recommending that art be placed in this roundabout because of its location. So they're surprisingly supportive. Once we get that contract, then we would refine the design and go through all this rest of the process for the next 6 months or so. The goal would be to have the final artwork plans all set and ready to go by the end of October. DOT is going to bid their project in December for a construction next year. So we're trying to tie into that. We'll continue to work through that entire kind of public process. We have it scheduled for the Arts Rec and Park Commission each of their next 4 or 5 meetings.
Is there a sense that this group will have final decision-making, or is it we're going to allow the Parks, Arts, and Recreation Committee to make the final decision?
If you would.
No, I don't want the final decision. I would just want to make sure that it's clear that we expect the committee, unless you guys want to do something different.
No, this is the concept that we're going to approve, and I guess that's what I would anticipate, and I don't want to deal with the weeds.
Yeah, well said. Okay. So we don't expect to see the final drawing here that the committee would approve it.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your weekend was a good one. Boy, we had a little bit of everything. Nice day Saturday, a kind of a freak rainstorm during our coverage of the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval Saturday night. Then all that wind and cool temperatures yesterday. Today, as we look at the Wenatchee Valley from Jump Off Ridge, not a bad one out there. We got all the way up to 68 degrees today, and that's one of the nicer days we've had this year. 72 is our normal high for this time of year. 95, our record high. That was set back in 2006. 46 this morning, 49 is normal, and our record 35 set back in 1969. We did pick up 4/100ths of an inch of precipitation. That's over the past 24 hours. That gets us now to 3.80 inches of moisture for the year. Sunrise 5:23 and the sun sets tonight at 8:32. Taking a look at your Tuesday temperatures. I think you're going to like Tuesday. It looks like a beauty tomorrow. High temperatures, low to mid 60s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 68 in Quincy, 66 in Ellensburg. And look at Wenatchee. We're the warm spot tomorrow. Maybe 70 degrees, and it's going to be beautiful. 69 for Cashmere and 68 the high temperature for you folks in Eniat. Tonight we can expect partly cloudy skies. Here's our ridge firmly set up over the Pacific Northwest. High pressure just off the northern coast of California. Still going to be a little bit breezy tonight with low temperatures mainly in the low to mid 40s. For Tuesday, just beautiful. Mostly sunny skies and mild. The ridge still up and over the Pacific Northwest. High temperatures near 70, but that storm system coming down from the Gulf of Alaska will move into British Columbia, and look at the wind tomorrow. Windy conditions, a 50% chance of rain, and we will cool down too with high temperatures on Wednesday only in the lower 60s. For Thursday, here we go. Still a little bit of breeze for us on Thursday. We're going to stay unseasonably cool too under partly cloudy skies with highs Thursday in the lower 60s. Moving into Friday, that's where our weather pattern gets nice once again. Once again, a ridge trying to move in, and it will. Not so much during the day Friday, even though we will be mostly sunny with highs in the upper 60s. But by the time we get into the weekend, that area of high pressure firmly entrenched over us, especially on Saturday before some more messiness moves in. But we're going to see the start of our weekend temperatures right around 70 degrees, and then Sunday, it kind of all falls apart on us. Cloudy skies. We will see showers likely during the day on Sunday. Goes all the way over into western Montana with high temperatures at the end of our forecast. Still not bad into the upper 60s. Taking a look now at that 7-day forecast. 41 your overnight low tonight. 70 tomorrow. Should be a fantastic day. Wednesday, not so much. Forget the breezy. It's going to be windy out there. A 50% chance of showers in 62. Still breezy on Thursday in 62. And then we finally warm up. Upper 60s to near 70 for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday. Quite the drama in Flushing, New York yesterday as the Mariners hung on to beat the Mets 8-7 the final. Julio Rodriguez went 4 for 4 with a home run. Cal Raleigh came through with the dinger as Seattle handed New York its first series loss of the season.
Swing and a base hit into the corner. JP scores. Following him around to score is Jesse Winker. To third is Julio. Nicely done by Mike Ford. That'll get it done. Pick up a run as Nimmo tracks it down. Julio waltzes home. Toro gets the job done.
Yes. And Brennan rips one down the line. That's a fair ball, and the Mets will take the lead. Davis is in. Escobar right behind him. Nimmo's trying for three. The relay throw will not be made. Nimmo with a two-run triple.
Swinging, this is a rocket deep out to left field. Canna's watching, and this ball is gone. It was obliterated out to left field. Julio Rodriguez has tied this game in the 6th inning.
Cal gets into this, baby. Ride, Captain, ride. Yes, sir. Cal Raleigh with a launch of a two-run shot. And the Mariners are back in front. Just his 3rd hit of the season, but you want to talk about making some noise. Wow. The other way, that works. Jesse Winker getting a wave on, and he's going to score. Julio Rodriguez, back-to-back plate appearances with RBI.
McNeil hits it hard, base hit. And the score is Escobar. Jeff McNeil with an RBI single. It's now 8-6. And Brandon slumps one. That's a base hit. Here comes McNeil around third. He will score. Mazika heads for third. He slides in. Save.
The pitch. Swing, and a Messi struck him out. Oh, baby, what a big, big K that was. 2 down.
Bases loaded, 2 out. 1-run game. Last of the 9th.
He's ready. Takes a deep side. The pitch. He got him. Yes, yes, yes. And the Mariners beat the Mets.
Yeah, that was quite the game yesterday. Seattle heads for Toronto. Take on the Jays, the first of a 3-game that underway on Root Sports Northwest. East Wenatchee's baseball season came to an end over the weekend, while Moses Lake took the district championship. The Chiefs won the title with a 6-3 win over West Valley on Friday to advance the state. Wenatchee ended Eastmont's season at Rec Park 6-1. Panthers then fell to West Valley Saturday in a last chance at state 15-1. In other baseball, Ephrata advanced to the state 2A tournament with a pair of wins on Friday. The Tigers topped Othello 6-1 and then faced Sela after Ellensburg beat the Vikings for the district title. Ephrata edged Sela 3-2 to advance to state. Quincy advanced to the state 1A tournament Saturday with a 6-2 win over Cashmere. In other baseball, Brewster is the District 6 2B champions after beating Liberty Bell Saturday at Rec Park 5-1. Okanogan won the other game in Wenatchee over Tonasket to advance to the state 2B tournament. Riverside Christian was able to outlast Waterville Mansfield Friday 11-10 the final in Peshastin to advance to the state 1B tournament. Eastmont softball team is the Big 9 regular season champions after a sweep on Friday. The Wildcats swept Davis on the road 20-0 and 14-1 to share the crown with Moses Lake. However, Eastmont had the head-to-head advantage against the Chiefs, and they'll host the district tournament. Wenatchee ended its regular season with a couple of wins over Eisenhower. They'll host a district playing game with the Cadets coming up tomorrow at 4 o'clock. District 6 2B softball tournament Saturday. Lake Roosevelt blanked Brewster in the semifinals 12-0, while Okanogan topped Tonasket 18-4. Eastmont advanced to the state 4A soccer tournament Saturday with a narrow win over Sunnyside. 3-2 was the final. And as far as the state tournament is concerned, let's take a look. First we got to get to this District 6 AB tournament. tournament in Quincy. Bridgeport ended Okanogan season 5-4. Manson topped Brewster 4-2. Quincy, the district champion, with a 1-0 decision over Cascade. All right, first round of the state 4A soccer tournament tomorrow, where Wenatchee is hosting Tahoma at 6 o'clock in the Apple Bowl. Eastmont's on the road at Bellarmine Prep Friday at 6. Bridgeport will have a play-in game for the state AB tournament. The time and location yet to be determined. Manson travels to Vashon Island Wednesday at 5:45. Quincy will host the winner of a play-in between Riverside and Seattle Academy Friday. Cascade will host the winner of the play-in between Manson and Vashon Island. That'll be Friday in the Apple Bowl. All right, Mother Nature once again played a hand of the cards dealt racers and fans at Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval on Saturday night. Just 2 laps into the first main event of the night, the skies opened up. Rains fell, postponing for nearly an hour. Once the track dried, it was game on for the 4 classifications assembled to drive fast and turn left. So the windshield wipers on the one car we were talking about didn't seem to help him much coming out of turn 4.
Jay Evans will lead the lap. Kyle Spalding right there in case something happens. Evans not clear. Yes, he's clear. Jay Evans leads here at Wenatchee as we have 5 laps left. Make it 4.
Oh,
Spalding inside. Pennington and Spalding in contact. Gives second place to Sean Wallace. Contact between Walker and Pennington. And things have just shuffled up big time in the Plum Perfect Roadrunners. Jay Evans, the moo cow, is going to come by. He's going to grab the win. And Sean Wallace is going to be in the right place, right time, and get second. And Terry Cook holds on for third.
It was really fun because the cars were dialed in right close to each other, and it was, yeah, that's with the breakout rule. It's got a ceiling on the class, and it brings all the competitors up to that level and stops them, which creates show. I mean, it creates a show, and it's fun, and it's good to have.
We are going green. And Bart Ector Jr., remember, he was testing that high line because he knew he was up top. He's going to break out to the lead early, but 50 laps is a long way at this racetrack. How will they go doing race mode? Contact between Trucker Moore and Gary Shales. And around they go. Caution is out.
On your screen there, that's the battle for third.
Oh, and there goes Gary Shales right in front of the leaders. Down the back straightaway for the final time. He's going back to back to start it off. Shane Mitchell gets the checker flag. He's going to win at Wenatchee. Chad Holliday second. And Knutson holds on for third. It is so good to see you back here. And how does it feel to be 2 wins in already in your return?
Oh, it feels good. I got to thank my dad, Joe's Landscaping and Development, Shamrock Trucking, and Dude's Vinyl to put all the vinyl work on it. And it feels great. It's a new car, too. Working some bugs out of it, but it was a good race tonight. I was a little skeptical on the track being dry, but it actually cleaned up pretty good.
Oh, they're going around. And around goes Jerry Buell. Contact. Oh, Wiley got a piece of it. And Rudell piles in as well.
Yeah, we got plenty of vehicles involved in that crash.
And how about it for the 19-year-old? From over on the coast, she's going to get her second win of the season. McKenna Cox gets it done. You just seem so confident with this truck. Now that you have that win out of the way, it seems like you're just brimming with confidence right now.
Yes, for sure. I'm very confident in it, and I have no doubt I can go anywhere pretty much.
And Hector to the inside. He may have this one.
Door to door around the corner up turn 2. Hector gets the lead.
Keep the nose clean, but he's going to do it just for good measure. He's going to win the Outlaw Figure 8 Oval Challenge. Give it to Ephrata Washington's Bart Hector Jr.
We didn't know we were going to do it this week, and then the last second we put some tires on this car and came out. So like I said, I appreciate the Northwest Figure 8 group for letting me run with them. It was fun.
Hey, Bart, you are now a Outlaw Figure 8 winner. It's not a Figure 8 race, but you will in forever say you have won an Outlaw Figure 8 race. How's that feel?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I might own one now. I might have to go do a Figure 8 race at Evergreen to make up for it.
And they'll be at it again this Saturday at WVSO. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And that is going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.